Well, hell to you, champions, and welcome to part 2 of the Diablo 4 patch notes from Blizzard News. Let's go ahead and jump back into this, and let's enjoy all these different changes that are happening. There's a lot. Codex of Power updates. All legendary aspects now appear in the Codex of Power, so you can focus on chasing great items instead of managing your inventory. The highest roll legendary you salvage is stored in your Codex. Oh, that's a huge... Okay. Because I remember in Diablo 3, like, you had to, like, figure out, and there's, like, a little, I want to say it was, like, a little diamond, and if it was full, or if it was empty, you didn't have it. If it was full, you did, and you had to go and, like, extract that legendary power. So this is, like, kind of like the same thing, but instead, it actually does it all for you. So, and if it is an upgraded affix for that legendary power in the Codex of Power, it automatically updates it for you. That is a great quality of life update. Very, very good. Thank you. Legendary affix range, increased rate based on item tiers, so normal, sacred, and ancestral. Most legendary affixes ranges have been increased. The UI has been revamped now, including manual and keyword searches. Okay. You can also favorite legendary aspects to make them easier to find. So kind of sort of like a loot. No, just looking through the aspects. All right, cool. Helltide Reborn. So this is an interesting thing, and I have my thoughts on it. So a tide's so nice, we made it twice. Here's what's new in the revamped Helltide event to bring the depths of hell to the surface of Sanctuary. Helltide Threat. As you battle through Helltides, you will generate threat. Again, this is sounding so much like last Epoch, like with their, it wasn't threat level. What was it? Stability, I think it was called. And basically, as you progressed through the, oh gosh, what they were called. They were like little quests that you do, and you kind of open it up and you go a little bit farther. Oh gosh, what was it called? Why can't I think of it right now? But anyways, it's kind of a similar thing. Like, you'd have to get so much, and then you could go into another Echo and do an even harder one and get better loot and better stuff. Kind of similar, it sounds like. That's kind of odd. Why can't I remember that end game thing? Anyways, how much will be determined by the difficulty monster and how often you're securing tortured gifts within Helltide. Dying will reset your threat. Okay. There are 3 Helltide threat tiers, with each increasing danger and frequency of monster ambushes. At tier 3, you'll become hell marked. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit different. Like, you get ambushed and stuff like that as you get higher. Oh, okay. Achieving maximum threat will initiate a brief ambush. Frenzy of maximum enemy density. The ambush will end with a final Hellborn spawn, an immensely powerful agent of hell resurrected from the tortured souls of Sanctuary. Most powerful champions. There are 5 variants representing each class in Diablo 4. Upon activating the Hellborn ambush, your threat will reset. All right, cool. A cursed ritual. Okay. Baneful Hearts can primarily be earned through opening tortured gifts chest and can be used at a cursed ritual location. A scene of shocking gore. The accursed ritual is the ultimate testament to the disturbing lengths of the manic cultists. Will go to appease their dark wishes. Here where you will begin the accursed ritual. Deposit 3 baneful hearts to begin the ritual, and you will be swarmed with a dense demonic ambush. Other players within your subzone can be alerted that the ritual has begun if they wish to join you in your fight. Okay, so it's like a so it's a world event. Okay. This ambush will climax the revival of the Blood Maiden, an immensely powerful demonic creature who will offer great reward upon her death. Okay. Tier 1 and 2 adjustments to players into the thick of hell tides, much easier in their overall character journey. The PTR will see these upcoming adjustments to make them help make Helltide more fun and rewarding in World Tier 1 and 2. All tortured gifts are mystery chests. No roaming bosses or ambient meteors, less monster density overall compared to World Tier 3 and 4. Okay, so they're kind of tuning it back a little bit. The Pit of... Okay, are they turning Diablo 4 into Diablo 3? What is happening right now? Look at this. Doesn't this look rather interesting? I don't know, there's a pillar and you click on it and it creates a portal. There are rumors that deep within the network of dungeons crisscrossing the north of Sanctuary, there are strange varieties of ore, perfect for crafting exceptionally crafted armor with select heraldic techniques. Upon entering the world Tier 4, you receive a priority quest to complete a Tier 46 Nightmare Dungeon. Upon completion, you will begin to collect Rune Shard. During endgame activities, collect enough Rune Shard to ultimately activate the obelisk in Saragar. Activating the obelisk will send you to the pit. Your goal will be to slay enough monsters before a 10-minute timer. Oh my gosh, it's greater rifts. It's tuned down greater rifts. Each player's death removes time from the clock. First death removes 30 seconds. A death removes 60 seconds. Third subsequent deaths remove 90 seconds. If you slay enough monsters, a portal will appear, taking you to the boss arena. Killing the boss before the timer expires will grant you masterworking materials and unlocks the next tier of the pit. Killing the boss with 4 to 6 minutes to spare grants you an additional tier unlock. Killing a boss with 6 or more minutes to spare grants you 2 additional tier unlocks. The pit has hundreds of tiers of difficulty. It's greater rifts, guys. All right, I'm still going to be cautiously optimistic. This still might be fun. It might be more fun than than the subsequent Diablo 3 rifts. We'll see. The pit can be undertaken with groups up to 4. The players who open the pit receiving the lion's share of the materials. Only the player who opened the pit has a chance of receiving the materials used for summoning tormented echoes. Okay, great. Boss ladder updates. Echo of Endario joins the ladder. So these are Uber bosses, right? Season 4 PTR in the same bracket as her brother Duriel. Okay, so it's an Uber boss. Same Uber unique drop rate with a mix of shadow, fire, lightning, and her iconic poison attack. Endario stands ready to face all who dare fathom her demise. Summoning parts can be acquired from the beast in ice, and Lord Zir. Tormented echoes of all letter bosses can be summoned with Stygian stones obtained from deep within the pit. Stygian stones are needed to along with an increased amount of summoning materials, but fear not, they also drop more rewards. Tormented Echoes will be level 200. All item drops are item level 925. Defeating, I love that we're talking item level. That's something out of, what is it? World of Warcraft. Defeating your first Tormented Echoes drops 1 Resplendent Spark, the first time reward, account bound. Okay. Features offered for testing. Okay, so here's all your cool stuff you get for testing. How to provide feedback, how to install the PTR updates, full patch notes. Okay, all right. So what does this tell us about this? It doesn't tell us, sadly, very much. Except for it looks like they have done a lot of quality of life stuff updates, which is great. But this is the funny thing about a lot of this stuff is that it strikingly, now I could be completely wrong, but it does look like they're taking some pointers from last epoch for the new crafting system here. Great quality of life updates with the Codex of Power. Just if you end up sacking these, it just goes straight to your Codex, which is great. Hell Tides kind of feels like terrorized zones like in Diablo 2 Resurrected. Fine. Curse Ritual, this is definitely something I haven't seen before. So this is like a world event, which is kind of cool. It sounds like they tuned down World Tier 1 and 2 and give you more items and better items and higher items, so it helps you out to get to the next tiers. The pit sounds like greater rifts to me, sadly. It's kind of a bummer. Adding another Uber boss sounds interesting. I'm excited for that. So all in all, I mean, it is what it is. I can't really say one way or another until I really get a chance to get into it and figure out for myself if I like it or not. Top level, it seems like a lot of copy pasta with just a few things, especially with some of the quality of life updates, which were really, really good. So it's kind of a mixed bag with this current update. But you never know until you get in there and actually play it. So I'm actually planning on playing this. I believe I have it set on my Discord for May the 17th, which is a Friday. And I think that's when I'm going to reset from Diablo 2 Resurrected into this. So from my family to yours, good night.